We're on day 39 of our 60-day healing journey to establish inner union. We're doing the work to stop the self-abandonment, the self-sabotage. We're trying to really understand who we are, to bring the pieces of us together, to form the inner stability, to be able to trust the decisions that we make without pressure, without force, but actually understanding how we are internally being guided. This is our day number 39, and the affirmation for today is, I release pressure to perform. I release pressure to perform. Are you feeling pressured when you're doing things? Are you acting from like just knowing? Are you putting pressure on yourself because maybe you was that child that you were considered to be smart, to know things, and to have yourself together, so you always feel pressured to get it right? Are you feeling pressure because you don't want other people to feel, you don't want to let other people down? Are you pressuring yourself because that's just how you've been programmed for many years, or you learn to program yourself so that you can become, so that you're always an overachiever? Are you putting pressure on yourself? This is something that I see all the time because I work with a lot of women. And this is something I see all the time. I see women constantly putting this pressure on themselves to be perfect, putting this pressure on themselves to get it right. It's like a constant go, go, go. I got to get it. I got to make sure I'm right. I got to be on time. It's just this masculine energy that's constantly trying to get it right. And when I say masculine energy, I'm not talking about being a man. I'm talking about the force, the pressure that we put on ourselves because we don't want to look like we don't have it together. We want to be the savior. We got to fix things for people. Are you putting that pressure on yourself? Because if you're putting that pressure on yourself, this means that you're not letting things flow naturally. So if you're not letting things flow naturally, are you really, truthfully being guided internally? Or are you letting other things help you or let other things influence you on making decisions? Are you saying stuff to yourself like, if I slow down, I'm going to fall behind? If I don't succeed, what are people going to say about me? If I'm not exceptional, will people still love me? If I don't do what I'm supposed to do, will people still trust me? Is this something you're doing to yourself? It's time for us to release this pressure. We got to release this pressure valve and let it come out slowly, because this is survival mode. This is not natural. Your nervous system is definitely not regulated while you have that pressure on yourself to be the best. But really, who created the standard of what the best is? What is the best? Especially if you're being guided to do something and your intuition is telling you to do something and you're forcing it and you're pressing it. This is going to lead to burnout eventually because it's not a natural flow. You can't have pressure. You can't keep doing that to yourself. It's not sustainable. Over time, you'll be able to see like, this doesn't work for me. And a lot of people do reach burnout because they do this to themselves. They allow, really nobody else is pressuring you. You put the pressure on yourself because you don't want to let somebody else down. And so later on, this leads to burnout. And then sometimes people get sick from it because it's too much pressure for too long. Sometimes people just give up and they no longer want to do whatever it is that they were doing. It's just too much. And a lot of this stems back to childhood, to like what the expectations of being a good person was. And so you let that be your foundation and in your subconscious mind, and that's what you've been operating off of for so long. But take time to evaluate, are you actually pressuring yourself to be the best mom, to be the best mother, to be whatever? Because what is the best? The best is the best that you can do. The best is the best that you can do, not what somebody else says that you need to be or do. So that's our affirmation. Let's see. The somatic practice for today is long exhale breathing. So we're going to breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 8. And just let it out. Let the pressure out from the long day, the long week, the years of living like this. We're going to release this pressure as we exhale. The visualization is we're going to visualize pressure dissolving from your body. So we want to just take the time while we're doing the breathing to visualize all of that pressure just being released as you blow out, coming from up out of your stomach, up through your chest, up through your throat, out of your mouth, and you are actually letting all that pressure out. Because sometimes it's like a soda. You shake the soda up, take the top off, and then everything just shoots out. Sometimes we have that much pressure on ourselves. So imagine what's happening internally when you're doing that to yourself, when it has nowhere to go, when it's just being bottled up. Where is that energy going if you're not releasing it? It's going somewhere. And I'm sure if it's going somewhere, it's hurting something, because that needs to be released. Sometimes you can just do breathing exercises, and if a sigh comes out, you let the sigh out. If you feel like you need to yawn, let the yawn out. If you feel like you need to cry, let the cry out. But it's all about letting the pressure go so that you're no longer operating on that same survival mode of feeling pressured and feeling like that anxiety, just being uptight and rigid. Things that come to us naturally flow easy that way. Things that are divine flow like that. We don't have to force things when they just are. When they're in alignment with who you are, you don't have to force it. It's just going to naturally flow. But you have to allow it to flow. Again, it's us that's creating all of this pressure. It's truly not anybody else. It's us that's we are creating this pressure, within ourselves because of expectations that we allow to get in the way of who we are. Things that these false beliefs that we take, we may have adopted them, inherited them, but it's us that chose to do that at some point. We chose to do that at some point, and now we are still living in that manner. And it's time for us to not do that. It's time for us to allow things to be natural, have a natural flow. And sometimes it requires planning ahead so that you can have that natural flow. So now the journal prompt is, where do I push myself unnecessarily? Where do I push myself unnecessarily? Are you doing things that you don't necessarily need to do? Because of that same reason of trying to be the best person, trying to always look good, like you have everything together. None of us always have everything together. To me, that's insane to act like you have everything together all the time when you really don't. So what's the point of this? Ask yourself, why am I doing this to myself? Whose standards am I living by? And then we're going to have to rearrange some things if it's not your own standards. So where do you push yourself unnecessarily? Are you working extra just because? Are you filling in for people just because nobody else will do it, so you just push yourself to do it? Are you not getting enough rest because you keep pushing yourself to go? What is it? Where are you pushing yourself unnecessarily? We want to cut back on pushing ourselves unnecessarily. The practice is, do one thing good enough. Just do it good enough. Just so it's not like you're just failing, but you're doing it enough so that it still is what it is. It doesn't have to be perfect this time, but we're going to do with this, whatever that one thing is that you choose, we're going to do it. And as long as it's done, it's fine, right? So you're sweeping the floor. You don't have to move every single all the tables and chairs out of the room to sweep the floor. This time you might just sweep the floor without moving anything. That's just an example. What is it that you're doing that you could just do good enough where you're not having anxiety behind it, trying to be perfect? The holistic tip is gentle sighing throughout the day. So whenever you're alone in your car, or whenever you to yourself, you just allow yourself to and to let it out. This is something that we want to do consciously, because I've seen people that have gotten so stressed out and full of anxiety that they don't actually know that they're sighing. And they're sighing, they constantly sigh because their body is trying to release it, but they do not have the awareness that they are doing it. So before we get to that point that we have pressured ourselves so much and we have allowed this anxiety to build up, we want to do this consciously and release these sighs. Release the sounds that want to come up. Release the cries that want to come up. We want to do this naturally so that our body hasn't gone to a space where it's trying to fix itself and you're not aware. We want to stay in a state of awareness of releasing this pressure. So we're going to, throughout the day, gentle sighing to release whatever pent up pressure you have. If it's a tear comes out, a cry comes out, let it up. We're just letting the pressure up. Okay, we're going to let that go. And this is something I want to say to women, to the women that are watching my video. We have been given, directly given the, I don't want to say task, but we have been given the ability to bring life into this world. And because we have been given the ability to bring life into this world, we also are nurturers. We take care of people, take care of everybody else a lot of times, and don't take care of ourselves. We bring the men and the women here, the boys and the girls here. So we have this big job that we've been given as women. And it's important that we take the time to heal ourselves. Because we are naturally these people that nurture. We've naturally been created to bring life here. Co-creators. We have a responsibility. And not only do we have a responsibility to other people, we have a responsibility to ourselves. So I encourage you to take the time to heal. Because when you are not good, nobody's good. When you're not good, nobody's good. Because if you're nurturing everybody and you're making sure everybody else is good, how are you giving what anybody else needs if you haven't given it to yourself? So it's like a responsibility that we inherit. And I think that is very important that we start to take care of ourselves, because many generations are affected by the way that we take care of ourselves. As we heal, our children heal, our parents heal, our sisters heal, our brothers heal, when we decide to do the work to heal. So I just want to encourage you, I'm specifically talking to the women right now, to actually stop for a minute and consider yourself. What is it that you need to heal? What is it that you need to heal? What is it that you have to do for yourself? I feel like the time is now to start doing it, not to wait forever. Don't start tomorrow. It starts now, and it starts with small things. By just telling yourself that you love you. By just looking in the mirror and simply saying, I love you, and I trust you, and I believe in you. And if we got to do that every day until we start to heal, that's something that needs to happen every day until we start to heal. Whatever it means for us to be okay, because again, we're pouring into everyone else. And so you cannot forget who you are. You can't forget about yourself in this process. So I just wanted to share that because that was just something that was placed on my heart. And I hope everyone is well. Stay above the foolishness that's happening right now. Continue to look at it from a higher perspective so that you're not swept into your emotions. Allow yourself to breathe through it and get through it. Don't get stuck. Keep going. Okay? So that is our affirmation. That is our practices for today. I will see you all tomorrow. Peace and love. Mwah.